what you need to say. Say what you need to say. It's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say. Yeah.
Hello my internet friends, it's another Wednesday, another walk and talk, and yes, I know, haircut. Told the lady to take a little off the top and she took a little too much. Good thing I didn't tell her, you know, like take it from here. She would have taken my whole head. Anyways, I do apologize for a lack of walk and talk last week. There was no walking and talking. Well, there was supposed to be, but when I got here, this entire park was filled with elementary school kids. There was like 2 school buses parked over here, and this place was just kids everywhere, like ants at a picnic and bird talking right now. And I know I wouldn't be able to answer a lot of the questions because it's distracting, little kids running around. But I tried to do the walk and talk while I walked home. Unfortunately, on the street there is no cover of trees or anything, and the wind was really strong, and I thought, well, whatever, I'll subtitle it. That didn't work out either, because the wind was so strong I couldn't even hear myself to subtitle it, and I don't even remember what I said. So yeah, that's what happened. Anyways, this week we have a new tenant in the Box of Awesome, a brand new question of the week, a little bit of news. If you haven't heard in the vlog, Danny will not actually be here next week. She'll actually be here in April. If you haven't seen, I'll link you to the vlog at the end of this video, and you can get up to date. And look, it's a plane. Anyways, first off, plane, why must you be so loud? But anyways, first off, we have to get to your answers to not last week's, but the week before last question of the week. We have to get to your answers for that. That question was, I locked Clone in the closet because, and here's Zevo's answer.
I put Clone in the closet because he played a horrible trick on me. I came back to my computer to find that he uninstalled Windows XP and he installed Windows 95. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Not Windows 98, 95. I mean, that thing is so old you can't even run Minesweeper on it.
And here's some from the comments. I locked Clone in the closet because he had the flu and I didn't want to catch it. Oh, too late. And Russ, I hope you feel better soon if you don't already, because I know that was like 2 weeks ago. Anyways, I locked Clone in the closet because he suggested that Christina Aguilera sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. That was really good. That one made me laugh for like 20 minutes straight. Good one, Joe. And of course, the last one, a little raunchy. I locked Clone in the closet because he broke my G-string and set my puppy on fire. Raunchy and morbid, but I like it. Okay, thank you, Jess. But yes, those were your answers, and one of those will be the tenant this week. Go ahead and put your votes in the comment section below. Not that it matters, it's not going to change the video. Anyways, we shall now move on to your questions. Let's go. The first question comes from Zevo, and it is in the form of a video response because he's fancy like that.
Ray, in the modern day battle for the cartoon wars, who's your favorite? South Park, Family Guy, or The Simpsons? And why?
Okay, modern day battle for cartoon wars, South Park, Family Guy, or The Simpsons. Honestly, I have to say, like as of right now, right this second, Family Guy. I used to be a big fan of The Simpsons, but I don't know, just recently I'm just not as entertained watching their show. I mean, they've been on the air for how long? Like 20 years? They don't catch my attention like they used to. I guess when it comes to South Park, same thing. Because now it's like, I already expect this to happen. Like I hear the story, I'm like, oh, I can kind of guess where they're gonna go with this, because South Park always takes it pretty far. Family Guy is one of the only ones that really keeps me entertained. I like the random comedy where it's just random stuff happens out of nowhere, because it's unpredictable almost. But yes, that is my answer, Family Guy. Thank you very much, Zevo, for the question, and we shall now move on to the comment questions for this walk and talk. So let's go. Guys, be honest, is my hair distracting at all? No? Okay, never mind. That's not a real question. Don't answer that. Anyways, the first question comes from Eric TV 365, and he asked, sleep with Betty White or Courtney Love? I have to choose one, don't I? I should put a little undecisive warning light or something. Okay, I'm stalling. You know what? Not a big fan of drugs. And Betty White was kind of pretty attractive when she was younger, so Betty White. Okay. I'm sorry, but it's just like over Courtney Love, no contest. Betty White, I don't think I'd want to touch Courtney Love. I might catch something. Thank you for the question, Eric. And that was interesting. Let's see what other questions I got this week. The next one comes from The One True Flame, and he asked, which person on YouTube would you love to meet? Didn't say if it was a popular person or an unpopular person, just anyone on YouTube. And actually, I'll make an answer for both non-popular and popular. For non-popular person I want to meet on YouTube, I know it sounds like I'm being undecisive, but it's honestly a tie. I'd want to meet MZB 1993, Mike, he's awesome, and the DCs. Those are the two I'd really like to meet when it comes to, you know, underground YouTube stars. And when it comes to major YouTube stars or celebrities or users, I have to say this because I haven't given him credit before, and I really like his videos. I don't know why I have not mentioned him before, but I really like his videos. I like him as a person, and that would be Corey Williams, aka Mr. Safety, aka SMP Films. He's really, really cool because not only does he make funny videos, but he can turn around and make a video that'll really make you think. And I like people like that, so I'd have to give him some credit. He's also one of my favorite YouTubers. So yeah, there you go. And the next question comes from the Ghost of Sabotage, and he asked which author from any period, who and why. And I think he meant to say, you know, which author would you like to meet, or is your favorite, and why. And honestly, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some genius or some smart guy to you guys. Honestly, I don't know. And that's not an undecisive answer. I really don't know. When I read a book, I hardly ever take notice of who the author is, because most of the books I read are like graphic novels. The only person that I could probably think of off the top of my head is Brian Lee O'Malley, who wrote the Scott Pilgrim books. Stan Lee maybe, because he did comic books, but other than that, I don't really know authors, except for Mark Twain. But I couldn't really pick him as a favorite because I don't know much of his work. No, wait, no, yes I do, but I wouldn't call him a favorite, because I'd love to pick an author that really makes me think, that gives me something that I can read, that gives meaning to something, not just stories and stuff, but I really can't think of one. So I'm sorry, man, I couldn't think of an answer for your question, but I'll tell you what, since me and Tiffany are going to the bookstore a lot more these days, I'll take your suggestions. So this is a response to you and anyone else. If there's any books that you think I would like, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Next time I'm at the bookstore, I'll look for it and I'll give it a read. Alright, there you go. Help me have an answer for that question, guys. And with that, we'll move on to the next question. And it comes from Ike Productions 89, and he asked me, what's your favorite song off of my new album? Honestly, I listened to a lot of the songs on there already, and from the songs that I have listened to so far, I'd have to say Into Dusk is definitely one of my favorites. There's another one, I think it's like the second or third track. I don't remember the title, but I think it's a second or third track that is also pretty good. But I'd have to say, off the top of my head, Into Dusk was my favorite track off your album. Thanks for the question. And we move on. The next one comes from Joe Vlogs TV, and he asked a very, very simple question. Mario or Sonic? Now, I had to think about this one for a second, because I'm like, who would I want to be? A blue hedgehog pimp that carries around golden rings, or a plumber that when he eats certain things can get bigger, or shoot fireballs, or fly? So, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go with Mario on this one. And again, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, you guys. But anyways, yes, that's my answer, Mario. I'd like to think I can shoot fireballs. Spinning fast? Nah. Well, you know what they say about a guy who's fast. That's horrible. Thanks, Joe, for the question. We move on to the last question this week, and it comes from Alright Jess, and she asked kind of a long but serious question here. Alright, here's her question. I'm gonna have to read it because it's kind of long. If you could take one type of person off this planet for good and erase their existence so that their negative ways couldn't influence evil in the world, what kind of character personality trait would you get rid of? When I read this question, I was just like, wow, that is a good question. Thank you, Jess. When I think about it, it's really no contest to me. To me personally, it's really no contest as to what type of person I would not want on the face of this earth, ever. And that would be religious extremists. I'm talking about the religious extremists like the Muslim extremists that take the words of the Quran and flip it around to be some sort of terrorist act, because religion to me is always open-ended. It's always about how it's interpreted, and whoever their preacher is or whoever is the person spreading the good word or whatever about their religion does it right and doesn't try to twist anything around to help serve his purpose or whatever purpose that isn't good. I mean, because there's obviously a good and bad. You know right from wrong, and I just don't see how people can sit there all day thinking that doing things like killing other people or causing harm to other people or doing anything negative towards other people is considered good, whether they deserve it or not. So that's why my answer is religious extremists. Even the people, especially the people from Westboro Baptist Church, that group of people, I I just don't understand. Why spread so much hate around, you know? I just can't understand that. So people like that is something the world doesn't need. Because I can understand if you wanted to harm somebody because they did something personal to you. They did something to you personally. But if you want to harm a huge group of people all because a book tells you to, or you think a book tells you to, you're pretty messed up. Because religion's a tricky thing. People have died over their beliefs. People have killed others based off of their beliefs. And I don't think that that's right. I think beliefs are there to give you hope. But if it has anything to do with murder and, you know, just negative stuff, I'm like, why would you want that? I just hate negativity. I hate it with a passion. But yeah, that's my answer. But thank you again, Jess, for the question, and we shall move on. Well, no, we're not moving on to anything. It's the end of the question, so let's go ahead and announce the tenant this week. Yeah! Alright, you guys, this week's tenant who will be staying in the luxurious box of awesome for the next 7 days is none other than Joe Vlogs TV. And if you remember his comment from early on in the video, that is why he is the new tenant. Hilarious, man. That was genius. And if you would like to see yourself in the box of awesome, all you have to do is answer the question of the week, as per usual. This week's question is a little bit inspired by Jess's question, but I just flipped it around. What is one thing that you believe this world needs more of? There you go. So leave your answers in the comment section below or in a video response if you're feeling fancy like that. Just please, guys, don't forget your questions for next week's Walk and Talk. And other than that, you guys, a couple updates. J-Mac, my friend Johnny Mac, has been extremely busy lately. He's been having interviews up the wazoo on online radio stations, local radio stations. He's actually opening for Young Dro tomorrow night here in Pensacola, which is awesome. And I might try to be there, I might try to vlog it, but ultimately he will be in a Walk and Talk very soon. So get your questions ready for him and I'll let you know when to start posting them. And the latest vlog link will be at the end of this video as per usual. And oh, update on Danny's brother, he's actually doing okay. Pulled through the surgery fine. We just gotta wait these next couple days and see how everything turns out. I'll keep you guys updated and everything. But other than that, you guys, I will leave you all with that. And I want all of you to know that each and every one of you are the best friends and subscribers in the entire world. And as always, guys, keep on vlogging.